Julie and welcome to Overdrive. You're with me, Soini Dutt. Now, Team Overdrive always seeks new adventure and likes to scale new heights. And lucky for you, over the past few years, we have been encouraging a bunch of you to join in on those adventurous journeys. Now, if you have been watching the Overdrive show or have been reading the magazine, you already know that we have made these formidable mountainous regions of Leh Ladakh home to our Independence Day drives. 2 years ago, we hoisted the flag at one of the highest non-motorable passes in the world, Marsi Mikla, and last year we were at the beautiful Pangong So Lake hoisting the tricolour. And this time around, we have a fresh set of Overdrive enthusiasts joining us in at the Overdrive Independence Quattro Drive, and the place that we will take them to will astound you. Take a look.
Live Life in Overdrive is a unique journey where Team Overdrive invites you people to experience the life we lead as we travel around India, writing stories that enthrall and excite you. Exotic destinations, exotic cars, and a spirited life of adventure beckon. But content creation, though not always an easy task, can be immensely rewarding. One of the best Live Life in Overdrive experiences is the Independence Quattro Drive that brings Team OD and the content creators for this period into the region of Ladakh, driving Audi's finest SUVs, the Q3, Q5 and the Q7.
You've just seen us make our way from Chandigarh to Leh. Now it's been an arduous journey, tiring, long and dirty. Now while I've got myself cleaned up, we still have to clean the Audi SUV standing there in the background. Now our story, however, is not involved with the drive from Chandigarh all the way to Leh. Our story begins right here in Leh as we head out towards Pangong and then to Chushul, where we will celebrate India's Independence Day and hoist the Indian national flag. Now on this journey, we've got roughly around 20 participants from all walks of life coming from different parts of India. This then is their story.
Day 1 and the early mornings begin. Today though is a bit of an exception, but here on, every morning is going to start off before the sun climbs up the horizon. There are two reasons for this. First, it helps us get to our next destination well in time. And second, it helps most people appreciate the sunrise in these parts. 5 Audi SUVs and 17 participants, but there's enough space for everyone and their bags.
Yeah, like 10 years back when I was in Leh, I was driven in a private taxi by a driver. So that was a different experience. I was just seeing whatever the view I got from the car and looking at the mountains and the serpentine roads. Being in a driver's seat in Audi and driving, it's a world of a difference, you know. It's like sitting in a cockpit in driving in through mountains and having a bird's view, you know.
I personally prefer the Q3. I think it was perfectly powered for this terrain. All the cars took a lot of beating, to be very honest, and they held up pretty well. But for me, I don't think so. You actually require a larger capacity vehicle over here. Something which is nice, short, nimble, short gear ratios is something which I really enjoyed.
The Audis were awesome. They took the terrain really well, and where it would have been a very bumpy ride, the Quattro just pulled us across, and it was a lot of fun. And it was a very enjoyable ride. It was great to see what these vehicles can do, how good they are at this terrain, and also the natural beauty around here is spectacular. It's something I've never seen before, and I don't even know if there's any other place in the world which has this kind of beauty around.
The Audis that we drive, the Q5s, the Q7s, phenomenal performance. Some places there isn't any road here, or you just wonder whether I go this way or that way because you don't know where is the road. There's all rocks everywhere, and you just choose one path and you just gun down the accelerator and the car just goes. So that, yeah, so that experience of experiencing an Audi and this kind of an environment which is so harsh, knowing that it's a luxury SUV but can do this kind of a harsh terrain is really mind-boggling.
The route we're following takes us to Karu, from where we divert towards Tangse. This impressive convoy of Audi's best first made its way up the Changla, a high altitude pass second only to the formidable Khardungla in the region. The journey up is hard and takes its toll on several of the participants. It's an early experience of the lack of oxygen and it's severely affecting morale. However, a quick descent and fresh oxygen flowing through the bloodstream can quickly turn around sentiments. At the Tangse checkpost, the convoy turns right towards Chushul. The road narrows in places and gets harder to traverse upon, but the Q7, the Q5 and the Q3 are making strong progress, comfortably enveloping their occupants over the rough patches. Eventually the road widens as it meanders alongside a gently flowing river, large meadows and a village named Chillam. 7 hours after having left Leh, we reach the village of Chushul to be greeted by a lovely campsite surrounded by a magnificent range of mountains.
We finally made our way into Chushul to our campsite, a 200-kilometer drive away from Leh. But that drive has been spectacular. The scenic beauty in these parts of Ladakh, well, it's truly magnificent. But we are now here at our campsite. We're going to be spending the night out here. The temperature is going to drop quite a bit. It's going to be pretty cold at night. It's already, in fact, getting chilly. And most of our participants on IQD 2015, well, they really haven't camped outside in their life. So to be doing this the first time ever, and well, at this altitude, in the middle of all of this magnificence, in the middle of the Himalayas, that's an experience they're never ever going to forget for a very long time to come.
This is my camping tent. This is where I'm going to spend the night. I'm expecting it to be a beautiful experience because the temperatures here could dip to about -1 or -2 degrees at night.
Back in the days, we used to camp, we used to climb a lot of forts. So camping in tents on top of forts would be a lot different than what you have over here at a higher altitude. You have your sleeping bag inside. You also have a pullover, and the best part about it is also kind of sealed from the bottom. So these are all the precautions what we have taken so far. But let's see what the total ball game is going to be in the middle of the night when the temperature like really drops in. So it'll be challenging. I'm looking forward to it.
Six o'clock in the morning, bright and early. People have been awake since well, 5:30. But we're now headed down to Rezang from our campsite. It's about a 20-minute drive away, where we're going to head down to the Chushul War Memorial, hoist the Indian national flag and celebrate India's Independence Day. It's a good morning.
We are here at Chushul at Zangla Memorial, which is in memory of 13 Battalion of Kumaon Regiment. 124 people who were available there, led by Major Shaitan Singh. Major Shaitan Singh incidentally was one of the famous Paramveer Chakra because he fought here last man to last bullet. On 18th November, Chinese attacked this post, and Major Shaitan Singh ordered his company to take defenses and fight till last breath. And they did so and obeyed him and laid their life in the sacrifice of the nation. And I think it is important to come here to remember the sacrifice of all those 114 brave Ahis and Kumaonis. And in addition, I think times have changed. It's important to remind a new generation that somebody paid for your freedom.
War Memorial was an experience which I'll never forget in my life, because I've always seen Independence Day celebrations on TV. You hear this music, the beagles going, the band going, but you hear it and you are seeing it, but that's it. But here I was with actual army men, actual people who fight battles for us, standing with them, listening to the beagles, listening to their tunes, and every tune that they play had some story behind it which was told to us there. It's an experience I can never forget. I'll take it back to my grave.
शैतान सिंह ने अपने जवानों में यह चेतना जगाई कि हथियार डालने से मरना श्रेष्ठ। भारतीय सेना के एक अफसर, 2 जैसे 111 जवान शहीद हुए।
It was a very pleasant experience knowing the history which went all behind the entire 1962 war between Indo-China. So it kind of makes you retrospect the entire drive into.
We are regularly going for flag hoisting with, at school and our offices also. But this time we got a chance to be present at this war memorial. We felt really proud of our Indian Army.
I was thinking probably you'd just go there, hoist the flag and just come back. But this was something so different because you're so close to your country's border, also to another countries like China. And then in this place where the soldiers, when they told us the story with so much of passion in them, and it just felt like they were all back in that time, although they're right now right here with us.
I salute to Indian Army because they do not leave their post. Even in winter, there the temperature goes down up to -45 degrees Celsius. It's amazing.
Having received a memento and handing over the Indian national flag to Brigadier Vir in honor of the martyrs who sacrificed their lives in the service of the country, it was now time to celebrate our freedom and pay respects to the nation of which we were prouder citizens than ever before.
I thought we would be just going and putting up a flag and then coming back. But then when we were driving, I see that is China, and the China is like just 100 meters aside. So that was something, it was bone chilling, because I know China is there. I can see Chinese posts. Probably they're monitoring me, and we're driving in our Audis in a convoy. We don't know what, and then we go there. We are right at the face of China, and we hoist an Indian flag. Goosebumps all over. That's what it is. That's what the experience was. It's something I'll be talking about to all my friends, and I will be telling them, you know what, I went to the Chinese border, looked at them and put up a flag. Yeah, that's what it is.
This Independence Day, we've celebrated paying homage to the war heroes of this area, and I mean, it was a marvelous experience hoisting the flag at this place.
When we reached the place, Chushul, first of all, the sight was, you know, crazy. Like, you look at that side, you have China, this side you have India, you have bunkers all around, and you have never expected that to happen in your life. But yeah, I'm very young to experience all of that, but I'm extremely lucky to, you know, have you guys take me there.
The Independence Day flag hoisting was a dream come true because, and especially that also to be done in a place where the martyrs lie, and that brought us the memory back of 1962 war, you know. So it was one of the most, I would say, memorable day of my life.
Unfortunately, today we singing our national anthem only before the movie starts with a popcorn can in your left hand and maybe something in your right. So this was something which was very special, very close to my heart. I'll always cherish it. You tend to feel the entire patriotism. At the same time, you have a lot of respect for the people who are really holding on the fort at the borders.
While on duty, I've been here and I passed through this place. I was posted about 70 kilometers west of this place where I spent almost 1 year. But it was totally new experience coming here with civilians because they were so emotionally charged after reaching here. I have not seen that kind of emotions flowing day-to-day basis for our own country.
Flag hoisting done, it was now time to leave for Pangyong Lake, one of the world's highest endorheic lakes that stretches from the Indian shores into China. Just a short drive away from Chushul, Pangyong is situated at a height of 14,270 feet above sea level. Our campsite was at the village of Spangmik, which has a host of camping options that offer spectacular views of the lake. Another night of roughing it out on the banks of the Pangyong, though in relatively more comfortable accommodations than the night before.
Live life with overdrive experience is definitely an overdrive thing that you can always do. It's not just driving through around, but it is just superb places that you go to with good people around. And you know, you also find so many new areas and new things where you don't have access to as a common man. So through overdrive, you've been able to see those very remote places, which really touches you from the to the bottom of your heart.
Doing this by yourself is difficult. Point two, you have someone beautifully organizing it for you. They're making sure that you're taken care of, you're comfortable. Overall, a beautiful experience, and I think everyone should do this once in their life, you know, because you really don't get such chances ever. And being there, you know, Independence Day, flag hoisting, driving through this terrain, meeting all these lovely people from different places, and it's been an experience of a lifetime. And this is something which I'll remember forever, and it'll stay fresh for a very long time.
The Independence Quattro Drive is one of the finest Himalayan experiences that anyone wanting to come to this region of Ladakh can participate in. Driving the hugely capable Audi SUVs is in itself a pleasurable task. That these SUVs can tackle the terrain while keeping their occupants comfortable throughout is a huge testament to their abilities. Driving through the region of Ladakh isn't an easy task, but the spectacular sights of the Himalayas, their magnificence and immensity are an aphrodisiac to any city-weary soul. And then, to top it off, the opportunity to honor the protectors of our freedom and to hoist the national flag on our borders is an experience that cannot be quantified. These are memories that will last a lifetime.